All right, the next set of exercises we're gonna show you are dynamic stretching. So dynamic stretching is really important before we run because a lot of times people get up and they go for their run and they don't do enough to get ready to run. And a lot of that is because of time. And honestly, it's a good excuse, especially if you're busy and you're trying to get your workout in. However, if you don't warm up your body properly, you're asking for a recipe of a disaster, I would say. And what could happen is you can get hurt, you're not warming yourself up correctly, and overall that first mile is gonna feel a lot worse, where if you do some of these dynamic stretches, you're gonna feel a heck of a lot better. So Noah's gonna kind of show us all the different ones that we go through, but the most important thing that I can get across to you is that watch all these drills that we're gonna go through, and if you don't have the time to do all of them before you run, try to pick out 3 of them to do. And if you don't have time for 3 of them, try to pick out 1 of them to do. Just doing something before you move is important. Dynamic is all about movement. After you run, that's kind of where we're gonna do more stretches that we would consider more static, where you're touching your toes and you're more in station. So getting started with this first exercise, Noah, he is gonna do what we call knee hugs. And so knee hugs, I'll do them right now next to you, all right? And so the first thing Noah's gonna do is he's gonna grab his right leg, he's just gonna bring it up. And he's stretching out his piriformis back of his leg there, and he just takes another step, opposite leg. Perfect, so you just kind of take that out there. There you go, good work. As you guys can see, Noah's not racing these. He's just focused on getting this correct and getting a stretch in. Did it feel good?
Oh, great.
Great. Next one we're going to do is quad stretch. So this is a stretch that you're very familiar with in station when you're just static stretching. However, now we're going to make this more movement. So with the quad stretch, you just grab your foot, just bring it back, and go to the next one. Grab your foot, bring your leg back. There you go. No, walk that out. Great. Now coming back, Noah's going to show us another drill. And the next one we call these toe touches. Toe touches are where you're gonna bring one leg out, that right leg to start with. You're gonna point your toes up, and what Noah's going to do is he's just gonna stretch down while trying to keep that other leg straight. Don't demonstrate what I do, my lack of flexibility here and strength. And he's just gonna stretch down the best that he can where he can reach it, and then he's just gonna take another step out and he's gonna do the opposite leg. Stretch down, there you go. And as you can see, this is covering all bases, basically your whole leg, but also too, if you have back issues, this is a good way to kind of get your back stretched out before you run. All of these dynamic stretches are making us better and helping out a lot of different areas. Next one we call these half chair sits. Thank you, Peyton Petrozinski, one of my athletes who named these several years ago. The half chair sit is going to be one that requires focus, and it requires a little bit of balance as well. So what we're first gonna do is we're gonna plant off on our left foot, left leg, and I'm gonna bring my right leg, and I'm just gonna kind of cross over, and I'm gonna sit on my left leg, all right? Yep, and there, we're gonna take another step out, and now you're gonna do the opposite leg. Good, now you can see he's coming down, he's gonna try to keep his core straight, and try to stay upright, yep, there you go. Gonna do it again, try to stay upright while you do it, head up, looking forward, good. And this is a great one if you have piriformis issues, any tightness kind of in the high glute there. This is a great one to use before you start running. Next set we're going to do is going to be very similar to the toe touches. However, now we're going to actually add a little bit more movement to this one, all right? So he's going to, single leg deadlift is something that you might do in the gym, very similar to that, as we're going to walk with our body weight opposed to using weight while we're doing this exercise. So first thing Noah's going to do is he's going to pull his left leg out in front, and now what he's going to do is he's going to bring his hands up and his arms, and he's going to basically fall over his left leg, pulling and stretching with the glute. There you go. Now he's going to bring that up. There you go. And then he comes up, come up back to that normal stance. Good. Now you're going to bring your right leg forward after you do that one. Good. And then another one. Perfect. The last one we're going to do are what we call toy soldiers. And toy soldiers are essentially a drill that you've probably done many, many times in your life, probably from every sport. This is a great one. I always like to finish this dynamic stretching on this one. I feel like it just gives me an extra pep, and you'll see an extra kick literally before you get started. So first thing Noah's going to do is he's going to bring his right leg up in that motion. He's just going to kick it up. Keeping it straight, and what Noah's going to do when he brings that leg up is he's actually going to stretch out to his leg and to his foot. Good. Now he's going to go to his opposite leg. Good. Now try to keep your leg straight as much as you can. All right. So next, after we've done the walking version of a lot of these different stretches, if you have the time, I encourage you to do these next several ones, because this is where we can kind of take that warm up to the next level and really get us active before we get the run started. So Noah's going to sit down here in the beautifully mowed grass here at Forest Park. And the first thing Noah's gonna do is he's gonna lay on his back here, okay? He's gonna keep one of his legs upright, and he's gonna take his right leg, and essentially what you can rest your hands behind your head, or you can just put them by your side, whatever you're comfortable with. And you're gonna bring your right leg up, keeping it straight, and you're gonna bring that up and down 10 times. Now you don't hit the ground when you do it, you just kind of slightly go down to it and get a stretch. And you go a little faster. And can you show us what it looks like on the left leg, Noah? I just call these leg lifts. This is a great one to do. All right, so typically I encourage people to do it for about 10 times on each side. That's gonna be for all of our stretches that are over here. The next thing that Noah's going to do is he's gonna lay on his back. He's gonna keep his arms out straight. And Noah, is it all right if I kind of, use your, I'm gonna grab your foot at some points, right? That's all right, perfect. So I wanna show you guys so that you guys can really see the mechanics behind this before actually doing this. But Noah needs to pretend that he's strapped on the ground here and he's not allowed to move. If he moves, it's defeating the purpose of really getting the full stretch. So the first thing Noah's going to do is he's gonna bring his foot up, and watch, he's gonna rotate this hip. He's bringing his leg all the way over, rotating the hips. Yep, now he's gonna fall all the way back over with that same leg, and he's gonna bring the other leg over. So now Noah's gonna go a little bit faster on his own, okay? You're gonna see. He's staying in place. Good, he's getting that stretch. You guys can see he's doing a great job of getting that hip flexibility there, perfect. Now, after he's done a few on each side, he's gonna go on his stomach and do this same exercise in reverse. All right, so he's gonna bring his leg up and over. Yep, great. And then the same thing back. Fantastic. All right, the last drill we're going to do is going to be a roly-poly, and this is the last drill of us on the ground before we head on to the last exercise. And so roly-polies, besides having a really cool name, are a lot of fun. If you do these correctly, I think it can be one of the most effective drills out of all of them before you do run. I know I say that about all of them, but when higher, kind of leveling the importance of them, this one's definitely right there up at the top. So Noah's gonna kind of just he's gonna stay upright now. And what he's gonna do is he kind of bring his legs in. He's gonna kind of be bunched up. Yep, now Noah's going to and I'm gonna push him, all right? Now I'm gonna push Noah back, okay? And when he comes up, his leg almost in the half butterfly stretch. So as you guys know to be true with butterfly, can you show us what a butterfly stretch looks like? Great, so what would it look like if it was half butterfly? There you go. So now what Noah's doing is when he rolls back on his back, he's coming up with that leg halfway, yep, and he's stretching out to the right. And now on the opposite leg, he's going to that leg. And he's just doing that back and forth. As you can see, he's not going into that stretch until he's fully up. So it does require some core strength. It does require you to actually get some movement, which makes this overall a great exercise. Good job. Last exercise we're going to do is the bare minimum, okay? So if you have no time for anything, you have time to do leg swings. A lot of you guys have done leg swings before. What I love about this is it's super easy, accessible, really wherever you're at. All you need is some type of base to hold yourself on. If you're not around trees or a car or something to kind of hold yourself onto, you can use a friend, a fellow teammate, whatever the case is. So Noah has found a nice tripod here. that we found in the middle of the field out here. No idea where it came from. And Noah's gonna put his right hand on the tripod there, okay? So this is his base. And what Noah's going to do is first we're gonna leg swing straight from kind of side to side this way. So he's gonna be going out in front of his body. Now stay upright while you do this, and actually just go a little bit quicker while you do it, all right? There you go. I'll kind of give you a little extra support here. And now he's gonna do the opposite leg. Great. So after Noah has done it out in front, now he's gonna parallel to whatever he's using as the base, and he's just gonna do the same thing, straight leg. So what he's focused on is a straight leg here. He wants to make sure that he's efficient while he does it. A lot of times when I coach little kids, they just wanna get it done with, they just start kicking. Obviously we are kicking in this exercise, but it's also important to make sure that you're actually getting the stretch. And he show us on the left side now. There you go. Great, so that is leg swings. And these are great. I'll typically do all the walking dynamics first, and then I'll go into the ground stretches, and I'll finish up with the leg swings before I get going. One way that you can kind of look at this is that, you know, if you have the flexibility in your schedule, maybe it's a weekend, you could go do like a 5 to 10 minute easy jog, and then you could come back to wherever you started your run at. You could do all these exercises. You could even include the form drills that we went over, and then you can go into your full run. That's a very good way of being able to be fully warmed up before you get going. And so my hope out of doing these exercises, as you guys can see them, is that you're gonna understand now what you should be doing before you run. And in the future, we'll talk about what you can be doing afterwards.